Hi again. When people are having a body talk session, it doesn't matter whether it is in person or via distance, the outcome or the results are really going to be the same. However, we do find that there is a special class of people that sometimes benefit more from having a distance session than a hands-on session. And they're potentially the people that experience a lot of anxiety or different conditions such as PTSD. For every single person, the healing process within your body-mind complex will start the moment your session starts. Now, for people that have been having body talk sessions for a long time, they will be really in tune with their body's processes. And it is not uncommon at all for people to come and have their body talk session and to say to me, Jackie, I feel like my session started 2 days ago. It's like things started to flare up in the body, little things started to make themselves known. The person might have started to have more insight into certain things. They might have started to feel differently about certain things. And they'll say to me, it's almost like the moment I started or moment I booked my session that I started to go through changes. And that is a really common phenomena that we've noticed all around the world. And I certainly have noticed it for the whole 12 years that I've been a practitioner. But what you're generally going to notice is that the moment your body talk session starts is the moment your healing process starts as well. Some people can notice really instant changes with some of the things that they've got going on for them. I remember one gentleman came to see me quite a few years ago now, probably about 8 or 9 years ago, and he had had chronic back pain for just over 30 years. It was so bad that he would very often have to go home from work. He had really good employers that went easy on him about that. He would get very, very bad back pain and have to go home. This sometimes would happen a few times a week. So his back pain was really chronic, caused him a lot of concern. When he came and had his first body talk session, I must admit, I wondered to myself, what's involved with this? It's been there for such a long time, and I wonder how long it's going to take for things to shift within him. Well, I didn't see him again after that session, and I thought, maybe body talk didn't resonate with him. Maybe he's moved. Maybe something's happened to him in life. I wondered what had happened to him. And I did see him about 6 months later when we lived in the same town, and I saw him 6 months later down the street, and he came over to me and he said, I have to thank you. And I said, what for? And he said, I've not had any back pain since that session that you did for me. And that was an aha moment for me. That was don't try to judge or anticipate how long someone's healing process can be, because we never know. We don't know what the layers are to it. We don't know the complexity, and we don't know. The body prepares itself every single time for a session for the amount that it can shift through, that it can change, that it can recalibrate. So you're potentially every single session going to go through quite a lot of change. Who knows what the potential is? What we do know is that you start to go through rapid change immediately. But here's one of the things that I absolutely love about body talk is that it will change the way that you perceive your reality, the way that you view things, the way that you think about things, and the way that you feel about things. So if we look at this over a long-term basis, there are so many clients that have said to me over the years, I've changed fundamentally as a person. I'm no longer the same person that I used to be. Things that used to really bother me, they don't bother me anymore. And people say to me, wow, you changed. You really changed. So you're going to notice changes that come about in the things that you put down on your health and well-being form. We have the ability to miraculously change things and get them working better, resynchronizing them, improving communication patterns in the body, improving the way that programs work in the body, because you are a couple 100,000, if not millions of different systems put together, right? But then the long-term change is where you're going to see very big improvement. And if your relationship with yourself and your relationship with the world around you improves and changes, then that is truly a wonderful thing. So the change that you could notice from your body talk session could be many and varied. And one of the things that we do during your body talk session is we do a tapping process over the head brain, the heart brain, and the gut brain. Now, a lot of people don't know that we actually have 3 brains. And I have a beautiful short course that's available to my community that outlines the processes of the 3 brains, what their roles are, their functions are, what their personalities are, and how they work for you. But we do light tapping across the top of your head brain, over the top of your heart brain really lightly, and then over top of the gut brain. So the gut brain, even though the gut brain is associated with the entire gastrointestinal system from top to bottom, we more associate it with the small intestine. So I don't know if you've ever heard of that phrase, the gut brain, or using your gut instincts, or people say, I feel it in my gut. It's not just a metaphor, and it's not just an old wives' tale. We really do have a gut brain, or it's known as an enteric brain. And it's more associated, as I said, with the small intestine. So when we tap over the gut brain, we're tapping just over the top of those 3 brains nice and lightly. For the gut brain, it will be about 1 inch above the belly button. And what we're doing is we're bringing the brain's attention to the information that's just come up as part of a formula in your session. And those 3 brains work together to sort that information out and to stimulate the healing process in your body. So if you want to know more about how those 3 brains work individually, check out the videos section on my website, or search for it should be in there. I'm pretty sure I put it in there. If not, send us an email into the office and we can send you a link really, really easily. But the more you know about how that works, the much better your process is going to be for you, and the quicker your healing process is going to be in a lot of cases as well. So I hope that sheds some light on the healing process itself and the tapping process that you're going to be experiencing in body talk sessions.